The R&D credit is extended for 4 years. We provide an extension of the EDA, which has been my understanding. There was an agreement reached. I was part of those negotiations as well regarding the Economic Development Authority between the interested parties. There would be an EDGE credit similar to what we've done for other companies for Sears, which would not begin until fiscal year 13 with an annual impact of $15 million. And then we would do an apportionment of the taxing system for mercantile exchanges within the state of Illinois. Now, the system that we've had with regards to the apportionment of taxes for non-traditional manufacturing companies within the state has been skewed, thereby creating an unfair taxing burden on these exchanges, which have their home bases here in Illinois. The entire amount of their income and the entire amount of everything that transacts either on the floor or through electronic means in the exchanges in Illinois is being taxed. Whereas in traditional manufacturing, any item that is sold outside the state is not counted towards income within the state. But everything that happens with regards to the exchanges gets taxed within Illinois. We would provide relief on that in a phased-in manner. It would be half of that next year, the full amount not until the next fiscal year. So there's no fiscal impact to FY12. None of this takes place until July 1st, 2012, fiscal year 13. So there's no economic impact to this fiscal year's budget, no pressure being put on whatever surplus we have available to pay human services, to pay Medicaid, to pay the bills that we currently have outstanding. In addition to that, we wanted to provide some relief for small business, not just for large businesses, but for small business. So we looked at ways to do that. The two things that kept coming back from business groups to us in terms of what really made a difference in helping small business owners was some relief on the net operating loss suspension and some relief on the inheritance tax exemption. The original proposals were for $5 million on the estate tax and for a full net operating loss reversal of the suspension, which had a cost of $275 million. The state of Illinois could not afford either of those at that full amount. So what we did was we pared it down within the $250 million framework that we had, within the available money we had in a fiscally responsible way. And we said we have $50 million to devote to net operating loss. How can we target this for small businesses and mid-sized businesses? So we specifically targeted up to $100,000 so that would disproportionately help smaller businesses. Obviously, $100,000 has a much greater value to a smaller sized business than the larger ones. In addition to that, we couldn't afford to take the estate tax exemption all the way to $5 million. So we go to $3 million in the first year, $3.5 million in the second year of the program. Cost in the first year is $30 million. So we wanted balance. We wanted to help working folks, working men and women. So how do you do that? Well, there's two ways to do that within the context of what we've been working on. That would be to increase the earned income tax credit and increase the personal exemption. Now, the proposal that came to the House that we looked at a few weeks ago on the personal exemption was requested a bump of $20 million. We did that. So the personal exemption would be bumped in accordance with CPI and held at a level increase of $20 million. That leaves roughly $55 million available to use on the earned income tax credit, which we were originally told that 1% cost $11.2 million. So $55 million bump would get you 5%. We've now been advised it may not be as high as 5% and maybe 2.5%, but nonetheless, we put the $55 million in there. And the information that I've been provided is this does provide a significant degree of relief for working folks. Not to the levels that had maybe been previously proposed, but again, that was a $289 million budget hit. And that's taking away from paying human service providers, it'd be taking away from paying other bills that we currently have outstanding. So it's a difficult situation, it's a difficult negotiation, difficult discussion. Representative Harris and I agreed to land that number at $55 million. In addition, there's the extension of some sunsets that were set to expire. That was something that doesn't have a cost to the state. We created a framework for a tax tribunal which will increase our business-friendly rating in the state significantly. We're currently a D. This will increase us significantly. Again, that's a revenue-neutral provision. We are going to take a shot at the live theater tax credit, which we've heard substantial testimony throughout these committees regarding that. They had originally asked for $2 million per show. That's currently been cut to $1 million for the entire program. So those are the main parts of the piece of legislation. Those are the main concepts. Again, we're trying to create fairness. We're trying to create balance. We're trying to spend the money that we have available as wisely as possible, and we're trying to do it in a sustainable manner.